guys want to get some coffee or something?
Can I get a cup of coffee? Black? Can't you see we talking? White?
Even little kids in Mexico drink coffee.
Well, I'm not a little kid in Mexico, okay?
That is the best coffee I've ever tasted.
A damn fine cup of coffee.
You want a cup of coffee?
No coffee.
Coffee drinker, huh?
Maybe we could grab some coffee?
Coffee! Coffee, 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 coffee!
God damn, Jimmy. That's some serious gourmet shit. Me and Vincent would have been satisfied with some freeze-dried Taster's Choice, right? And he springs this serious gourmet shit on us.
I fucking love that little tune. I like those guitar licks. Welcome to the show that lasts as long as my coffee. Oh, look who it is. I'm Black Man. I want you to tell all your friends about me. Who are you? I'm Black Man. So how tall is that figure? Oh my gosh, that's a good size figure.
It is a good size figure. That's the reason why I bought it. Not just a few other things around the house.
Is that 24 inch tall?
No.
How is this?
It's under his crotch. Look under his crotch. It shows the size.
Hello, Benny.
Good morning, everybody. Das Wolfen. Hey, Das Wolfen, can you want to join us this morning? Because I'd like to talk to you even after the show. Help me. If I need to change the time on my show in the morning, I'll do it. I don't want to be competing with my friends. And I'm curious who all is doing shows and more. I know Steven does a stream. I think Tom does a morning stream with Midnight's Edge. And I don't want to be, because we share the same friends. We all have the same audience.
19.
So good morning, Das Wolfen. Good 19 inches, huh? Yeah. I think you're bragging. Monkey Jeebus, good morning. One of my two favorite monkeys. LDG is here. And of course, Penny. Good morning, Penny. It's a Kingsport Cal. My brother, what is up? And Decepticon's Cave of Villains is here. Good morning, guys. The show's just starting. For some reason, Danny and our other guest is not here. And of course, the other guest is Animus Confusa, who's going to be joining us. Or Anima Confusa. I can't remember because both are accurate within psychology. Doing a birthday stream today. Hope you can stop by. Make sure to message me on Twitter, buddy. Get a hold of me. I'd love to stop by. Yeah, Anima Confusa is supposed to be here, but Danny's not here, so I don't know if she even got the invite because I don't have her contact on Twitter. Dropping ball, Danny. Dark Knight, you son of a bitch. I called him, Penny. He didn't answer. He didn't pick up. So if you're thinking about calling him, I'm just saying he didn't answer when I called.
Anime Confusa.
Oh, Anime. Hey, would you hit me up on Twitter real quick through the Pop Culture Minefield account? So I can send you the invite because you're supposed to be on here with us. Uh-oh. What is that? I just get an email news alert. Really, with everything going on, you're going to focus again on climate today. People can't even pay for their fucking food. And that's, oh my God, what a cocksucker. For some reason, I knew that was you, Stephanie, on Facebook. Good morning. I'm going to Twitter. And I don't see you yet on Twitter.
Yes.
Oh, but John sent us a message, so I'm going to invite him.
Congratulations, Stephanie.
Oh, I missed it. What did she say?
She survived her 2 nights ghost hunting. So, oh, wow.
Brightest Day is here. Hi, Brightest. What's up, man?
And Stephanie, tell your mom I said hi.
Oh, my God. I do not know how to get a hold of Anima. Not Enema, Anima.
Yeah, Anima.
It's...
Where? Oh, my God. I wanted to get her on here so we could talk about the boys.
Yeah, she texted you on Twitter.
Message me? I'm not seeing anything from her. I'm in there right now. At Anima Confusa. Oh, that's on here. Oh, did you go to my personal account? Hold on. I only use my personal account to post political shit or flirt with girls. One girl. I flirt with one girl.
It's a beautiful day in my back neighborhood.
Okay, I don't know who you hit up on Twitter, but it is not me. It's not me or Pop Culture Minefield. I am not seeing you at all.
She got a hold of the Joker.
Speak of the devil.
It's the door.
What devil?
No.
Denny has made his appearance.
In the chat?
Yes.
Where are you? What do you mean you never got the link? Go check fucking Twitter. I sent it to you again this morning. I sent it to you last night before I went to bed, and I sent it to you again this morning. And I called you, you son of a bitch. Dork's going to be dodging CC's shoe if he doesn't shave. Oh, I meant send me a private message.
Hello.
What's up, you blind motherfucker? And I'm talking to you, Danny, not you, John.
What?
What? What? Now, where's the Anima?
I just sent her the link.
All right,
So
she said she commented on something, so I am. Well, I see Shellback commented on one of my things. Hold on.
It's Tuesday. I'm Batman.
See Mark D with a C. I am not seeing you responding to anything. Oh, wait.
Hey, there she is.
Hi, guys.
Wait a minute. Who did you comment on? It's over on my other account. You commented on my Josh Becker account?
Gerry.
Is your first name start with an L?
Mine? No.
Yeah.
No, I commented on the We Are Live text on Twitter.
Okay, I'm done. I need to start smoking crack. I'm getting stressed out.
Start.
Hell of a day to stop sniffing glue.
I prefer Sharpies. I love that smell.
Yeah,
It's
but
just
you
so
don't
good.
get high on them.
I know.
Oh,
That's
there's
what
your mom
cans of
saying
whipped
hi to
cream
you.
are for.
So, good morning, Enema Confusa. Not to be mistaken with Enema Confusa.
Don't please.
So, I just want to thank Anima because she hadn't seen The Boys at all, and I was raving about it in Discord.
He made me watch it.
And I wouldn't go that far, but
Oh,
I
yeah,
Are you
you
German?
did.
Are you German?
Austrian.
Austrian.
Yeah.
I worked for Gerhard Geschwapner. They own Selling Power Magazine, the #1 sales management magazine in the world. And I was their lead artist for years before I quit and joined the army. And they were like, and he talks just like Arnold. He goes, "Why are you quitting? I don't understand. Why are you quitting? You make good money here." And I loved him. And he had a funny beef because he knew Arnold Schwarzenegger. And they have a beef with each other because Arnold didn't consider their magazine significant enough to do an interview with, and that pissed him off. So they hate each other to
I
this
haven't
day.
heard about that magazine. So.
Well, it's sales. It's all it deals with is sales and sales management. It's the #1 in the world, but that doesn't mean anything really when it comes to publishing. Like, who the fuck is Personal Selling Power Magazine to the average person? To me, of course, I know because they're wonderful. But I always, that last name, Geschwapner, what a name.
There's weirder names in Austria. So.
Yeah, not a common name in Austria?
I don't know.
It's not like Smith or Jones, huh?
Because like Austria, like...
oh, yeah, that would be Schmid in German. That's very common. I mean,
yeah, German is... I think Germany is truncated.
Names
Austrian.
after professions are quite common in Europe. So,
like Schwarzenegger means black.
Yeah, more or less.
So what do you think
Black
the
noir.
profession was? Black.
Black noir means black.
Yeah.
That pissed me off through the entire series.
That pissed you off.
First of all,
that
Monkey,
irritated me.
she's gorgeous. So no, she's not my drag persona. And by the way, if I had a drag persona, it would be that character that Flip Wilson did all the time. I forget her name.
Geraldine.
Geraldine. Mm-hmm.
You know, Anima, have you at least looked over some of the differences between the comic and the series?
No, I don't know the comics at all.
She doesn't. Yeah,
Okay.
no. Like I drug her into this, kicking and screaming. And like to her credit, she binged all 3 seasons.
There are some major differences, especially some major plot twists that are really different from the comic going into the series. The series really is like a Disney version of the comic.
Okay.
There's some twisted stuff in the comic that they don't even.
Well, I'm glad they didn't bring it in because, first of all, I'm going to say this again. Garth Ennis is a fucking asshole. He's a cynical fucking douchebag asshole. Nothing good in anything he writes about anything. There's nothing good to be found in people. They're always driven by personal greed or desire for power. Nobody fucking does anything decent, which is the absolute opposite of what a human being is.
Well, wait. So that's all Garth Ennis?
Yeah, preacher, fucking all that shit.
Oh my God.
He hates superheroes. He hates superhero comics. He said one of the dumbest things I ever heard. He said, superhero comics destroyed comic books. And I'm like, you have no comic books without superhero comic books. I don't even understand the profundity of stupidity in that statement. It blew my mind. He said,
how did I never realize that before?
What? That he's a cynical douche?
Yeah.
No, he is. Alan Moore is not much better. Yeah, you know, if you've ever watched me over years, I fucking shit all over both of those guys for their cynical philosophy about everything.
Come on, man. Don't be like Amber Heard. Come on.
They're anti-philosophical people. Their philosophy is
Shots
anti-philosophical. Well, I mean, I'm going to call people what they are.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I don't enjoy some of the stuff they put out. I do. I've bought both their comics.
So what
Alan Moore and him.
you're saying
It's
is
just, I know shit heads when I see them.
you can separate the art from the artist, so you're a Roman
Yeah.
Polanski fan. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I think it's almost accidental when they do something that's good.
You know,
Like a
Garth
monkey will
Ennis-
eventually get that square peg in a square hole once in a while.
I think Garth Ennis should just take over all of Steve Ditko's stuff and just see if he could push that forward. Because I mean, if he's going to take that, I mean, if that's that really is, if that's really how he's going to be, he should do the Garth Ennis, quote unquote, Steve Ditko version of Spider-Man.
Yeah. So hey, just to respond to my mother, since Martine likes to, always put her comments up there. You've got two sons. One of them's rich. One of them's not. I'm not the rich one. You're asking.
Hey, introduce me to the rich one.
Yeah, right. Well, you're our told backdoor Gerry, and he's gay, but he's been married to his husband for like 20 years. So.
Oh damn. Oh well. Hey, a girl's got to have her dreams. So back to the boys, because look, I can go on all night about, or all day about how shitty I think Garth Ennis and Alan Moore are as human beings. And my problem with those two is you can actually read a lot of people's comic books and not know their personal politics.
Yeah,
how they feel about anything.
You can
because
get
they're good writers, and when you can tell who a person is through the comics they write, I'm just saying something fell down along the way because they're letting too much of themselves bleed into the comic book. And it says the quality of writer when you see that.
So I'm not too terribly familiar with the comics.
I recommend you read them because look, they're not bad. They're good comics.
Yeah, I mean, I've but it isn't like Butcher already dead by this point in the comics?
Butcher dies. What's that?
Oh God.
Thank you.
Oh, let's just...
No, hold on. Anima, don't worry. The comic and the show.
Yeah, they're it's not like The Walking Dead.
I mean, Black Noir, he is not what he is in the show.
He's a different person.
He's a clone. He's a clone.
We're giving away.
That's the comic book. I'm talking about the comic book.
Okay, I know.
He's a clone of Homelander.
I haven't read them.
The Hero-gasm you saw on the show was tame compared to Hero-gasm in the comic book.
Seriously, there was a dude crawling around inside another dude's dick hole, and that's tame.
That's in the show, and that is.
And then he explodes.
And then he
he sneezes
so gross.
and grows and blows the guy apart.
Some of the deaths for some of the characters on the show are like Disney-fied versions of some of the deaths that they have in the comic.
Kind of like Black Noir and his like.
No, they've
his friends.
Monkey, we cannot shame him for that because he's had both on here. On April's Fool's Day. Yeah, we had Penny on, and Cece's been on a couple times.
Yeah, she's even been on when I wasn't like, when I was on the.
And we've said it time and time and again. Come back, Cece. You are so much better than Danny on the show.
You're good. You're real good.
No, you're good, Danny. I'm just teasing you. But Cece is a lot of fun.
She and you together doing a show.
You should do a show together.
That's
Absolutely.
right. I've told you that before, Danny.
I know. I've made a logo and everything, guys. Don't you remember? I showed it to you.
I would so totally maybe watch it.
Hold up. Here. Don't you guys remember? Because I said we would call the show I Love Cece.
I Love Cece. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to get that Cubano accent going there.
You got some explaining to do. No, see, that's the thing is she's the Ricky and I'm the Lucy. That's what makes it kind of funny. So
I mean, that kind of reminds me of Ren and Stimpy. How many times do I have to tell you, Stimpy? I'm the pitcher. You're the catcher.
So, first of all, King Sports Cal, you're spelling her name wrong. So you know.
It's got a Y at the end.
Mom's got it right. There you go.
You do it too, because in Spanish it's with an I, not an Y.
See, you know, she says no. See, she's the one that says that's the Spanish spelling. But she's Guatemalan. Whatever. I get all confused. You brown people, whatever. It's just, you know.
Guatemala, the nipple of South America.
Wow.
So I don't know
I just
what kind
made
of
a
format.
bunch of people angry in Guatemala.
It's fine. I don't know what kind of format he's going to follow, but I did want to ask, like, I wanted to get your need because this is an old thing. What was your knee-jerk response when A-Train plowed through the girlfriend in that first episode? Because like
Robin.
Yeah. Like what were your like, because like I just remember like when I didn't know what I was getting into and I watched the show and then that happened and I was just like I had such a visceral reaction where I was just like like I was just like, and then I was like, okay, this is the show, this is what I'm in for. Like, did you have the kind of similar reaction like when you saw that you're like, oh god, I got to strap in, this is the kind of, or were you just like, oh, this is awesome? You know, I'm just curious, like what kind of reaction did you have to? Because that was like that's the first gore spot, right, in the show.
Yeah,
yeah.
And then it just gets bloodier.
Yeah, yeah.
They have a good budget for blood and.
They were like, "Yo, bro, you thought that was bad? Hold my beer."
I mean, there seem to be a lot of characters that from the comics are men that have been made or turned into women for the show. So
I wonder why that would happen.
I'm just saying.
The thing, I mean, right from the very get-go, what he's telling you, even Seth Rogen and his partner on that show, are telling you that they adapted from the comic is the cynicism that superheroes look at us as ants.
Yes.
And they are the ancient gods rather than what a superhero would be. And that it's only through PR that keeps them in the frame of being superheroes, which is absolute bullshit because that would not be ignored. It would word of mouth, social media, that it would get around very quickly that people are dying from the activities of these superheroes. This is where the logic ends for me on the show. So I have to turn off my logic center watching the show. Because they have things going on that just like you sit there and you go, wait a minute, in a real world, that would not fucking happen.
Oh, you can't. Yeah. I mean, come on, dude. Homelander straight up in the last episode, straight up murders a protester
and they applaud him.
And they applaud him. I'm like, I don't know, man.
The whole situation with the plane would have.
Homelander is a super asshole.
Oh yeah.
So
she would keep texting me while she was watching it, like just like I hate Homelander. Like, please tell me this guy dies.
Like, when he lays at that private chat, I was like, okay, he's an asshole. It's okay to hate him because I hated him from the beginning. I was like, what?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, he's doing his job. You're supposed to hate him.
Such a jerk.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even the situation with the plane with him and Maeve. That would have gotten out. That would not have been something.
Absolutely. There would have been video capture on phones that were live. I mean, shit, even on 9/11, look at all that stuff that got out from the phones from people.
Yeah.
Family members.
You know that.
It has a video.
You know, what is it called when you have those like rainbow bars and the one thing at the end and your TV goes, ding?
Oh, that's the
Patron test.
Yeah, oh my God, Shinatsky.
So you should have the second you were like, when you said 9/11, it would have been really funny if you'd have just like cut to one of those just to make it seem like the
Yeah, it's almost like I should have like a production team working behind me.
I know, right?
Just sitting on a button waiting for me to say something stupid like I normally do. Oh my God, Gary said dick again. Boop.
I got to get one of these things. My buddy Kadish has one too, but my buddy Cody was the first one who showed it. He's got like this board, and all it is you program. It's got different buttons, and it's just he pushed like when something like that happens, he's got it programmed. You push the button, and it plays those different things like you have. I don't know what it's called. I know Kadish has one too, but my buddy had one, and it was kind of stupid in a way because like he could customize all the buttons so they have like just little pictures, and he could just. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
I think so. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That is cool.
I can't afford them fancy toys. I got my brother.
Right?
Yeah.
I got grandkids. I spend my money on them. So
I'm old. I've got grandkids.
That's not what I'm saying, man. That is not what I'm saying.
You know, I think really that's.
I have a
what's keeping me from
granddaughter,
marrying.
so I'm old too.
Yeah, no, I think that's what's keeping me from marrying Cece because she has grandkids and I do not. And if we get married, then by proxy,
She is
I would be a
too hot
grandfather.
to be a grandmother.
Yeah, she's
Shut
a
up.
grandma. I swear.
She
man.
is?
Yeah, well, she's older than me. You know that, right? She's gonna get so mad at me if she sees this. Yeah, like she.
Wait. Hold up.
You're fucked, buddy.
You so totally fucked up there. You should have never said that.
She's like,
Yeah.
she's definitely a 10. You know, I mean,
Oh yeah.
It's just she's a grandmother, really?
Yeah. Dude, her daughter. I'm really gonna get. You know what? I might as well keep digging this hole. Her daughter.
Really? You're gonna keep going down?
Yeah. Her daughter.
I tell you, man, when he gets on a roll, he will fucking commit suicide.
I will. I'm only saying this because it really pisses her off when I say this, but it's true. Her daughter's gorgeous. Oh my god! Like her daughter's like 19, 20, looks like a supermodel. I was like, good lord, you know. And she gets very self-conscious when I say that. But I'm like, first of all, I'm not like it's gross.
Is
I'm not
Cece
gonna,
there with you? Is that or is she
no.
not there, and that's
She's
why you're not dead yet.
Yeah. No, if she were here,
Sweet
like you would
home
have seen a couple chonklas like fly by my head. You know, it'd have been like dodging like Neo in the Matrix.
But
how do you know she's not right there, but right behind you, right there?
She's at work, dude.
Yeah, this is how the Dark Knight died. I like that one.
Do you remember the character Oddjob?
Yes.
Of course, James Bond.
Well,
that was Goldfinger.
Swap the hat for a chancla.
Yeah, it was at that point, Your Honor, I realized. Wow.
What a morning.
You know,
John,
and I'm already out
John,
of coffee. I'll be back. I
wanted
need to
ask
refill.
you, what times do the other guys stream? Because I know Steven has one, but I still don't know when he starts.
You asking me?
No, I said John.
Oh, sorry.
He starts usually starts just after Loki finishes.
Shit, Loki 2.
Loki
Loki
What
time
Loki
should I
does
start
6
this show?
a.m. my
What time
time.
should I start this show?
This is my Loki.
Oh, hi, kitty. I've got 4 of them here because I live with the crazy cat lady.
Hey,
I am a crazy cat lady.
there's nothing wrong
Well,
with having 4 cats.
With
I have 5.
with Midnight's Edge being at 11, that doesn't leave a very big window. So you're going to be stepping on somebody's toes no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, I found that there's always somebody.
So what is the
on.
window? How small is it? What time is it Central Time?
Well, I don't know how often Brandon the anime guy streams. I think it's just once a week.
Loki starts at 8 our time.
Okay,
Yeah.
Loki starts early, then we're good.
And he's done. He's usually wrapped up by 9 or a few minutes after.
Steven and Midnight's Edge, it concerns me because I don't want to be
Midnight's Edge isn't on. Fats is on right now. Loki's usually done about an hour before this show starts.
That's
all I know is that this competition, because normally we're, up till this last week, we were in the 20s for consistently staying above 20. And we're down in the teens now. And I don't want to be losing audience to.
Hey, man.
I love Steven. And I want him to succeed.
If you were talking about my sex life, I would have no problem with that. Going from your 20s to teens. I mean, come on, man. It's like that line from what's that with Matthew McConaughey? What movie is that where he's like, "You know what I love about high school girls? I get older, they stay the same.
Oh,
age.
that was that movie where he's like, all right, all right, all right, all right.
All right, all right, all right.
How
Well, I'm
did
going
we
to tell
get
you right
from
now.
The Boys to Danny's sex life?
I dated older
What am
women.
I doing here?
When I was young, all the women I dated were older than me. My first wife was older than me. And
See, this is the first time I've been with somebody older. In fact, I've
I was
always
going to
been
give you
like
a frame. I was getting ready to frame something for you.
Oh, okay.
So
10 years younger.
The statement is this: that when I was young, I dated older, and then sometime right around 25, it began to slowly reverse. And at one point, actually, the two of my last girlfriends were either a year younger or the same age as my oldest son. And I don't try to. This is just what happens. It's because I'm so childish and juvenile with my humor that I tend to turn off older women my age, and young women seem to be attracted to the dipshittiness of me.
Yeah, so my last 2 serious relationships before this one, they were not as young as my oldest son, but significantly younger. So I was with this one woman for 5 years, and I was 11 years older than her. And then my ex, who I dated, 3 years ago, like the one before Cece, was 8 years younger than me. And then like in between when you're like dating and stuff, and it wasn't anything on purpose. It just, maybe it's like a personality thing, like you're saying.
Yeah,
I just always seem to
nothing
have younger.
I ever tried. It was just something that ended up happening, and it's like.
And then
I was.
You know what I like about dating an older woman though, is kind of like you know how like a good marinated steak just tastes better.
This is gonna really score with women right now. Yeah, I'm seeing this going over like a fucking.
I'm gonna refill my coffee. I'll be back.
Yeah, go do that.
Yeah.
Anima, is it like that for women?
Huh?
Is it like that for women where because like I started out with women older than me when I was younger. I liked that. I wanted to learn the ropes, and I was really attracted to women that were up to 10 years older than me, and they were more serious, and I'm a very serious oriented person, so I was really attracted to that. But as I've gotten older, because of my juvenile sense of humor and my wit, women that were my age or older were less likely to be attracted to me, and younger women were. And so that's just, it seemed to be the natural thing that ended up happening. Is it the same thing with women?
I can only speak for myself, and I've always been attracted to older guys.
Hey, I'm single now, right?
I'm a notorious single. My dad is always worried because I don't have a boyfriend. It's terrible.
In the words of Jack Nicholson, is Jack Napier, she's about to trade up. Anyway, Fats is playing Skull now with Arwen and others. I find it ironic that she misses our show, but she's always there on Fat Steve's Seagal shows. Not gonna say anything else. Anyway, War Monkey is here. The other fucking awesome monkey. I'm watching this. What's it say? Brandon, the anime guy, because we love Brandon and Fat Steven right now. I'm really annoyed. We got to find the time, because I enjoy doing this, and I would like to not fucking compete with my friends. Subversion. Well, this is always, that's why those comics took off, Shinatsky. Well, there were subversive comics because he was very anti-superhero comics. And so he wrote anti-superhero comics.
And Shinosky, this trend is only going to be a trend as long as the people in the entertainment industry only continually aim and develop only one type of comic. There is a whole plethora of types of comics out there, even within superhero comics, that if you only develop one type, then people are going to get sick of it eventually, but we're only going to get this one type because for some reason they think this is an easier type to develop, so if they'd only hire me, I could help them out. In fact, they'd be better off hiring, Gerry, because Gerry would really help them out.
Yeah, because you should always, because what's her name? Stargirl or Starfire, whatever her name is. She's really the one standout of a superhero that's a little more human.
Starlight.
Is that it?
Starlight, yeah.
Starlight.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just got messaged by somebody that got my attention. But Homelander, I want to point this out because what's his name? Ray, the guy that plays Homelander. He was great in Banshee. Anthony, that's right. He's not Anthony. Anthony. Like you're from New York, you go, hey, Anthony. Anthony. Almost very Roman sounding. And he I felt that he was a completely wrong actor for that character. That he's always looks like he's up to something. There's never a single shot of him where he comes across as heroic looking. He always looks like he's meant to be the villain as Homelander. And I always felt that as much as I love him, because Banshee was one of my favorite shows. I loved him on that show. Good fucking actor, does a lot of his own stunts. And but he doesn't work for me as Homelander because Homelander should never look like he's evil.
Well, he looks like the perfect Nazi poster boy, so I think he's right. He's right for that role.
Yeah, but the problem is you have to have somebody that's believable in that part as something that Americans would flock to. And we tend to look at people like Henry Cavill. We like people who have that Central European face, with the perfect nose, the eyes that smile.
Both Chris's.
Yeah, it's like smiling eyes is really important. People with smiling eyes. I'm an artist, and I notice all these things. So there are trends with people who are, looked at and seen heroically or good as heroes in film, and they always have this very specific kind of look. The actor Anthony, he doesn't have that look. He looks like one of his eyes is fucked up, so it's always like squinting more than the other eye, and it almost looks like he had like an injury to that eye. So he always looks like he's up to something, even when he's not up to something. But he is almost always up to something. But and so it's sort of like somebody playing poker that you can read everything on their face. That's what that's like. You should have Homelander should be somebody that nobody would look at and think, oh, he's a bad guy by his facial expressions. Even his smile is fucking evil looking.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's my problem is we know as the audience that he's evil, but we're supposed to believe that the people within the show don't recognize it. And there's no fucking way in this world that anybody would look at him and go, oh, he's a good guy. We lost John. I don't know how underrated he is anymore, the Marshal. By the way, have you been on the show before in the chat? I don't recognize that name.
I think it's his first time.
Yeah, because I don't recognize your name, and I really pay attention to our viewers.
I know that guy from the Salty Nerd Discord.
Is that?
He's a Salty Nerd guy, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's a Croatian.
Well, we're friends with the Salty Nerds, so all of the salty people. We love all the salty guys. Salty Trekker, Salty Texas, all you motherfuckers that are salty. Which reminds me of something a girl said once in middle school when our science teacher was explaining that sodium is in everything from humans, and she says even semen, and he's like, yes. He goes, oh, that explains it. And I'm like, all of us turned like, what did you just fucking say? 14-year-old girl said that, and I was like, what the fuck? Yep. She got a bad reputation. I always felt bad for her just because of one fucking stupid remark in class. That's why I say something stupid all the time. I don't worry about reputation anymore.
Henry Cavill definitely is an actor who should be in more stuff. As far as I'm concerned, he should be James Bond, but that's just me.
I agree.
Oh, and of course, Dust Wolfen agrees. But I think he's starting to also get more expensive, and I believe that's where a lot of the negotiations are. The people that used to work for Warner Brothers didn't want to negotiate. So they're gone. He's still here.
I have to tell you, Shinatsky, look, man, Bezos, if I knew him in high school and I hung out with nerds, he's the kind of nerd that nerds beat up on.
Oh, jeez.
I'm not kidding you, man. We wouldn't have liked him. It's like, shut up, nerd. You're nerds. We're better nerds. Or as we call it, dangerous nerds. And Jim Woodward and I, because Jim was one of the reasons why I started Dangerous Nerds on Facebook. It's for all my nerd veterans, military veterans.
You know, Daniel Craig Asbron was I didn't like the choice. I at the moment was rooting for Colin Salmon.
You look for any opportunity to bring Daniel Craig into the conversation.
You know what?
It's the first time he's ever brought him up. I don't know why.
You know what, though?
Because you're a dick. And we all love you for that.
Daniel Craig was good once everything got going.
Well, he doesn't look the part. I think one of the meanest things I ever saw when he got hired, there was this meme.
Him.
This was early in the 2000s, and memes were really getting going in the early 2000s. And fuck, man, this one popped up. It's announced, hey, I see Daniel Craig's been hired for James Bond, and it was a picture of Gollum from Lord of the Rings.
Oh, no! Are you serious?
Ouch.
I fucking laughed so hard at that.
Oh,
I've still got tears in my eyes just now from doing it. It's so fucking funny.
You know what? Again, I Kingsport, you know what? Idris would have made a good Bond had he been hired instead of, Daniel Craig.
Well, Kingsport, Cal, Keith and I have talked about this before, that Netflix, they should go to Netflix to produce James Bond from the later books when he's older. And he would be perfect.
He would be
to take over as that, and this is the other thing. Keith came up with this idea. I remember when you brought it up, that Netflix should produce short films, like an hour-long story. Hour-long James Bond story, and each film is a different actor playing the older James Bond.
Because again, to a lot of us, we have in our heads Idris Elba, but you also have to add in that time doesn't stop. You can't just freeze somebody.
Yeah, he's already getting up there close to 50.
Yeah,
and every studio wants this many, because I can't count. This many years. Am I right? Is that the right number? This many years,
at least.
Okay, because I can't count. They want that many years with an actor to play the part, so they can go from the youngest version to he's ready to retire. They went too far with Roger Moore. One movie too far. The bridge too far was View to a Kill, and every critic was slamming. He was too old to be playing James Bond.
But he had the operation. You notice he got his skin tightened for that one movie.
You've been pulled back.
I like A View to a Kill.
A View to a Kill's a good story, but there was a guy online who was saying,
"Oh, it's okay. It's not great. Jesus Christ." It and Octopussy are like two of my least favorite Bond films. The only thing good about fucking View to the Kill was the song and Grace Jones as one of the villains, and fucking Christopher Walken is the main villain.
You know what, though? There was a guy online who I need to forward you some of the stuff that he's done, Gary. But he was saying A View to a Kill would have been fantastic if that had been the debut for Timothy Dalton.
I agree. But Timothy, because you and I know this, we've talked about it because we're big Bond fans.
Big Bond.
That Timothy Dalton was a fan of the books. He liked that version. And when he was working on it, one of the things he agreed upon was that they would take the cheekiness out of Bond, and which Roger Moore brought in because Roger Moore was into the cheeky. Connery wasn't. Connery was more thuggish. In fact, the closest to Bond we've gotten is, as far as behavior goes, is Connery and Daniel Craig. Next would be Timothy Dalton in behavior. Timothy Dalton is the third closest. Pierce still too cheeky. it's the dashing thing about him. He's, he should have been him in the 80s when he had the shot. He shouldn't have been him in the 90s. But still, I enjoyed his run. GoldenEye, man, fuck. I mean, that fight between him and Bean, and again, another movie where Sean Bean dies twice in one movie.
Well,
that
Pierce
movie should have
Brosnan
been called
couldn't
"You
have
Only
been-
Live Twice." That's the name of that film because he lives twice. Remember that?
Pierce Brosnan couldn't have done it in the 80s because that would have meant he would have to give up Remington Steele, which is what made
No,
it.
he couldn't. He was contractually obligated, like Selleck was with Magnum PI.
Yeah, that's why
couldn't.
Selleck couldn't do Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, the
Because of
studios
Magnum
were
PI.
like, they're going to ride that media frenzy about him getting named to play something. Selleck, they did the same thing with Selleck. They did the same thing with Pierce Brosnan. And they used that
Brosnan,
to promote the show and hold him to their contract.
he was hired as Bond and then gave it up because NBC pulled his contract back and said, "Oh, wait a minute, we still got you on the hook for one more year," and they took that away from him because he would have done, I think, The Living Daylights.
Yeah, and by the way, Adama, you're on the show, so I'm talking to you. Stop chatting in the chat.
I was just answering that guy.
Gary's so full of shit. Fuck you, Gary. I'm sorry. Fuck you, Gary.
Well, maybe if you
I'd throw a little action in it. But no, it's because everybody knows that we haven't had a Bond yet that looks like Bond.
Yeah.
We've never had that. Pierce is probably the closest because to be honest with you, going all the way back, Connery does look. He looks like Hoagie Carmichael is who James Bond looks like.
Yeah.
His descriptions of Bond is Hoagie Carmichael, and he said that, and it's like that explains, because he's not handsome. He's dashing, but he's not handsome.
Anima, I want to welcome you to ADD Theater. I promise you we'll get back to the boys.
No, we won't. We're never going back.
John Gardner books. The John Gardner Bond books are perfect.
Morning, Deanna.
Hey, Deanna. They
Hello,
are
Deanna.
perfect for Idris Elba.
Yeah,
and they would do well to just start a new series of films, and I think Amazon has the rights to Bond now.
Yes.
So they can go ahead and just do movies for Amazon.
What do you think about a series? I think that would be.
That's
better.
what
well, that's
I
what
don't
we've
know
talked
about.
about. And if they do the series, it should be based off of the later books.
Yeah, because you can't buy him now that he's older. You can't buy him doing a lot of that stuff when he was younger.
Oh no,
I mean,
King Sport Cal got it right. Black don't crack. I mean, you use Idris Elba, you're fine.
It's not about cracking. It's not about cracking. Look, you can look good, but physically.
Oh man, that's what they got stunt doubles for. Come on.
Oh.
It's Hollywood.
Hey.
I insist on Colin Salmon. He has a smoothness.
Oh, I see a Calico.
No, it's a tabby.
If you've never read the Gardner Bond books,
Yeah,
I think
great.
you would agree if you had that those would be perfect for Idris Elba because it would allow him to be Bond, but he wouldn't have to. It's a smarter Bond because he knows he's older. He doesn't do a lot of the stuff that he did when he was younger. So he's a smarter agent. He has to be a little more mental than he was when he was younger. That doesn't mean he has less bad stuff. The torture scene in the second Gardner book, Icebreaker, is frightening. And to have it, look, let's just say, ladies, Idris Elba, that torture scene, you'll love it. You'll love it.
There's a scene in one of the Gardner books that reminded me very much of the crash scene with Vespa, with the car. I can't remember which book that was, but there was a scene very similar to that in the book, and I wondered if they had stolen that from the book.
Probably. But the John Gardner books, I know a lot of you are probably going to Amazon trying to find them. Trust me, the original Bond novels by Ian Fleming are only that big. The Gardner novels are that big.
Yeah,
there's a lot of material in
thicker
them.
books, a lot of material, great setups in his stories. I thought Gardner was the single best decision they ever made to make him the official James Bond author. And
so if you're listening, Amazon, when we're not bashing your Rings of Power, do this.
Well, I got to tell you,
this.
They are such a weird fucking company because they can turn right around and make the dumbest fucking decisions and shows, and then turn around the next week and announce a new show that's fucking amazing, like the Terminal List.
Yeah. They should go ahead and throw everything behind doing Bond. Can you see the advertising campaign for doing that? For just adapting the Gardner books.
An Amazon series that are basically like 6 movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
And have fucking Idris Elba in there. Like, I'd fucking, yeah.
Everybody would.
Nerdgasm and squirting everywhere. Nerds.
Oh, that's different.
So what do you guys think about this whole thing with Netflix where like everybody's like freaking out because they're losing all their licensing rights and their subscriptions are going down.
Gerry and I talked about that almost 2 years ago. We knew this was coming because of the amount of money they were spending.
I mean, the writing was on the wall when like all these other studios started doing their own streaming services.
Yeah. So I mean, this was bound to happen. But what you need someone in charge who actually has experience overseeing films. If Alan Horn were 20 years younger, I would say Alan Horn should go to Netflix and be their overall boss and help them get on track. Because Alan Horn was the guy who came from Warner Brothers, who then went to Disney and pretty much helped them just have that long string of hits that they had. And he just retired again. And I don't think you're going to get this guy to come back out of retirement because I think he's I think he just turned 80.
Yeah. Well, I think
this dude is really good. And if they had him there at Amazon or Netflix, oh my God.
Well, I think Netflix is a cautionary tale because if you go woke, you go broke.
Woke's not their only problem, but yes.
Well, the fact is that it seems like they're waking up. They're waking up from being woke.
Yeah.
And going, hey, we've lost a lot of money in subscribers.
Isn't
that supposed to matter to us?
Also, they have no other income coming up behind them because you have Amazon's got a lot of income. Disney has the parks and everything else. Warner Brothers, they're a studio. They got lots of. What does Netflix have? They don't. The fact that they've made it as far as they have and have been as big as they have been for as long as they have is an amazing portion of the story.
What do you think about the rumor that they're going to merge with Microsoft and then you'll be able to get Game Pass with your Netflix subscription? Have you heard about this?
If they do, good luck to them.
Keith, Netflix is waking up, but with the timing of Juliet, waking up just to find Romeo dead.
Well, and a big bill to pay for everything. You can't spend that kind of money and not have really anything to show for it. These guys, look, they have spent billions. Okay. This is not like, Disney buying some company that's a little bit in debt. Netflix is in debt. I mean, you look up the word in debt. In the dictionary, you're going to see Netflix right there.
Gerry,
have they ever gotten out of the red? Sorry, Martin.
I don't know if it's possible. Look, at this point, I think the only company that could help them get out of debt would probably be
Apple.
Yeah, you're right. Apple.
Anyway,
I don't know. I would
American Sign Language for.
I kind of thought the idea of the Microsoft team up was appealing because if a lot of people pay for Game Pass, and if you merge those two things, and you could have your streaming games and your streaming movies in one house. Plus Apple's already got Apple TV. Microsoft doesn't have shit. So the only thing I would be worried about is if Microsoft tried to buy Netflix.
Why would Microsoft? This is what I don't understand. Why would Microsoft do that?
And shit, John's here. I forgot.
And add something else because they already when you have Game Pass, you also get EA Play.
Mm-hmm.
So if they do something with Netflix, that's a little bit less of their pie they're going to be getting on top of that. So why would they do that unless they're going to raise their prices? If they raise their prices, they're already at a price point.
Well,
I'll have
to find the article. The article I was reading was actually going to be cheaper. Like if you had Game Pass and Netflix separately, like right now, the proposed merger, you would actually save like $10 a month on their, on the two services together. I'll try to find the article and I'll share it.
I can save even more by not bothering to sign up for them.
Yeah, but you're like, come on, bro. Do you play the Xbox? I mean, no. Let's get real. You don't.
I did.
You're not their target demographic. Yeah, you did. You grew out of it. Like you like I said,
you'd be surprised.
You aged out of that window.
Guys
man.
Play the fucking Xbox games.
Game Pass for PC is probably the best value in gaming right now.
Yes, it is.
But the Marshal said something else. Where was it? I saw it up there. I gotta go back.
About the Amazon show or about Fallout?
No, I thought I saw him post something. Oh, Mr. Tickle Trunk is here. What's up, buddy?
So what did you think about that
Bill
scene where
Barkley's
that
here
chick,
too.
That chick was getting eaten out and then she comes and like crushes his skull with her thighs? Wasn't that gnarly? Back to the boys. I'm sorry, Anima. I wanted your... You ever been in that position where you accidentally killed somebody when they were eating out?
You mean Pop Claw, right?
Yeah.
When that guy comes for rent and she just fucks him to death.
Yeah.
Man, that was nasty.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, this is the comment I wanted to comment on.
Speaking of popping,
I just
how
said,
was your experience here
Hold
today?
on. I just said, here's a comment that I wanted to comment on, and you just like jump right in. Well, let's hope Paramount also wakes up. Strange New Worlds is a step in a decent direction, but it isn't going to be enough.
But is it going to be enough? Come on,
it's
man.
not going to be. And here's the problem with Strange New Worlds is that you still have the stink of Kurtzman and Akiva Goldsman on it. One's a bad writer, and the other one's just a fucking asshole.
Look, I guess we can
lucked
agree to
into
disagree.
jobs.
I love Strange New Worlds. It was
well, I can sit here and technically break it down and just I don't want to make you look dumb. I don't, but I could sit here and really tear a show apart and tell you why it's not good. And it would be all technical stuff that you can't argue with. But I don't want to get into that right now. This isn't about that. What this comment's about is the problem is Paramount itself. Paramount doesn't have anybody in charge there that is willing to make the decisions that's pro making money, because they keep producing shows, and Strange New Worlds was a step in the right direction, but it's not a full step. It took like a half step. And you get like two episodes that were good. Actually, 2 episodes that entire season were good. One, their Alien Predator episode was clearly, I don't know what they were thinking when they did that. The other episodes are a mishmash of good stuff and shitty stuff. That's clearly woke, ideological stuff going on, activism, and less about telling a good story.
The other thing.
So I was mouth fucking an octopus the other day.
What?
The other thing, though, is that Alex Kurtzman obviously has blackmail material on them because they gave him another show. They gave him The Man Who Fell to Earth. He's doing another adaptation.
Well, we were under the understanding now. Remember
this,
this, when he got announced to get that job, we were being given information that was his payoff to leave Star Trek alone.
Mm-hmm.
That they would give him other stuff to work on. He needs to stay away from Star Trek, but he's not staying away. Like the first step, the first shot of the goddamn fucking bridge of the Enterprise, the very first shot, every single person in that shot was female. That's not accidental. There's no such things as accidents like that. It's ideological. You've got a helmsman and a weapons person. Both are female all the time.
Oh my God, get over it. Stop your little, you sexist pig. That's your biggest
You're a
complaint.
sexist pig.
I walk into the bridge. He walks into the bridge and it's all women. So what? Women, you know what?
I didn't like that.
No, that is, it's
What's
an
the big deal?
anti-equality thing.
Oh my God.
It's anti-equality. And what did you say? I missed that.
I said I didn't
Anima.
like that.
You didn't like it either.
Too many females. It was
Too
like,
many females. It's a statement.
Like,
It's-
look, we're
it's
doing
not
girl power. It's
doing
stupid.
anything.
Hey, man,
the whole
you know
thing
what?
about Gene Roddenberry was showing equality, that they had a female deck officer.
The more chicks you get together, the more of them get in sync with their cycles, and it's better for the ship because they only have to put up with that craziness once.
You're
with
just
all
trying.
the hell, dog?
You're trying to get CC to kill you.
she doesn't watch my shows. Like,
No, I'm going to tell her.
I'm surprised my
I'm
mom
gonna send
hasn't
clips
chimed
of
in
you
yet.
saying these things.
Well, since I'm the one that makes the clips,
Oh fuck! I screwed myself.
Script doctors in the house.
Hey, Script.
Hi, Script. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Script has a point now. This is actual Star Trek here.
In the episode, Stranger Worlds is based on Pike is quoting how he's uncomfortable with women serving on the bridge. I don't remember this.
I do.
What
That's part of the menagerie. Oh, I'm sorry, the cage.
Yes,
that's part of his character.
Oh,
That's why number one is so except for you, number one.
Oh my god! Talk about
I hate these
wasted
bitches except for
character.
you.
They wasted having Rebecca Romaine on there.
Yeah,
they really did.
Yeah, they
because there was a relationship between her and Pike.
She always kind of sort of flirted in her own way without being overt.
Well, she was also very emotional. She was Spock.
Yeah,
Spock
I
got
guess
that.
you can change that logo to Strange New Worlds. Are we ever going to get back to the boys? I'm just trying to.
The boys
reel
never
us
left.
in.
They're still in the house.
Okay.
Which reminds me, because I
hey, look, a squirrel.
Brand.
Hey, I like your haircut, bro. You got a haircut, huh? Got some fresh new.
Dude.
Look at that. He's looking sexy. He doesn't even know I'm talking to him.
Yeah, I know you're talking to me.
Oh, you're just no selling it. Okay, whatever, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to have a budding bromance here, and it's just nothing. Okay. I'm gonna go back to my milking
John
cat
doesn't
shit
know
out
how to
of my
flirt. I
coffee.
flirt with him all the time, and he just doesn't react.
Hey, that 70s rock is here.
Let me.
Here you go. Here you go. Look at that.
Oh.
See the way he's looking at her here? Look at that. Look at that. Get a close up of that. I want to fucking murder you. Get 70s off there. Get 70s off there. I want to fucking kill you. He does not have poker eyes, man. You read him all the time. That's my problem with him. He's a great actor. And I'm going to say I fucking loved him on that show. I also think that his character would work better if they hadn't blonded him up. They should have just left his natural hair color in and down and not up like it is. I mean, this is just screams, hello, see Kyle. I'm a Matzi.
Star Trek hair.
Yeah. So, but she is the because Maeve still isn't. And I have problems with what they did with Maeve. I mean, she is really the only hero who's remotely heroic. And I think that's fucked up. They should have more subversive writing in there that some people act like assholes but really aren't. Because people do that in life. I'm not saying anybody I know.
I think part of it is she's a trauma survivor. I mean, having worked with Homelander all these years, she's a trauma survivor. I mean, you see some of the things that.
Well, she's also always under threat. Yeah, and I think the threat should be. I think that some of the big mistakes they made was not being overt, not being a little subtle. That's the problem with a lot of the writing I dislike is they just right in your fucking face rather than being subtle with Homelander. Because you should wonder, like, is he evil? Because he'll make a decision, and that scene in the airplane was a huge fuck up structurally as a character because they gave away how big a villain he is way too early. That should be something that should have been subtle all the way through the first season. And then a slight reveal when he kills another superhero by taking her head off when they dared to challenge him. That should have been what happened. And then look at Maeve, and then you realize what's going on with Maeve is that she's terrified of him. All of them are. And then we go into season 2. It's like, I'm not saying that Seth Rogen is a terrible writer, and him and his partner, but I'm saying both of them are really terrible writers. But they have a great idea. And you're going to see a lot of flaws in the structure and how to tell a story. Because everything should be laid out. It's like Josh Becker said this once. He said, do you tell the punchline at the beginning of a joke or at the end of the joke? Do you tell the turn at the end after the punchline? Do you do the build-up at the end and have the punchline at the beginning and the turn in the middle, or turn at the beginning, punchline in the middle, and the build at the end? Which is what was done with Memento, the movie Memento. You know, because it's completely reversed, but he still found a clever way to actually make it work. And I do like it, but I actually prefer the linear version of the story. If anybody's ever watched that fan edit of Memento, where the guy went in and took all the scenes and put them in the right order. And I'm like, holy shit, that's a great fucking film. Wish he'd done that. But this is the problem you get. You get these writers that aren't really good writers, and they tend to want to throw the punchline at the beginning, the money shot.
That, or they're not comic book writers, or at least have no experience.
And stories, yeah, but I'm just telling you, the greatest example of how a story should work is a fucking joke. Because a joke is one of the best, it's the best use of irony, and you need to understand irony to be a good writer. And I bet you script doctors like this right now. Yep. I guarantee you he's saying yes right now. Because you have to tell a story a very specific way for it to make sense, to have a point, to have a theme, and for your characters to have the arc that's required. And what I have a problem with The Boys is it's a mishmash. They don't know how to structure it correctly. It's all out of structure. It's structurally incoherent. It's enjoyable. And I'm saying, yes, it's enjoyable. But it's out of sync with itself and how it tells the character arcs, the story arcs, and the structure of the story, following a theme. And I don't think it even knows what its theme is. Because the theme changes season to season. I've noticed this. And it's one of my big complaints about The Boys. But I still fucking watch it because, God damn it, I enjoy it.
Well, I mean, they picked a really cool comic to do a series on. I think they've tried to ease it a little bit in its translation.
Because it's unproducible. The comic book is unproducible as a movie or TV show. You would get an NC-17
at least
rating on it if they tried to make the comic. The symbolism of having anima above the
What was that? Hold on.
It's not lost on me. I am the bottom. You are a power bottom, dork. You are. It's true. Oh wait, here we go. Script doctor. You can make an authentic The Boys, but it'd have to be a porno. There you go. NC-17, just like I said. But tell me I didn't nail some stuff there, script, with what I said.
I think it's pretty pornographic.
It is still borderline.
And that's the thing. Even with what you saw, only being familiar with the show, and just think how much further they go in the comic.
Yeah, exactly. And, I don't want to go, let's not go into Star Wars, but I do want to reply to Bill's comment here. You can't, there's no saving Rise of Skywalker. There's no saving The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Because there's it would be like a 45-minute movie if you took all the stupid shit out and put it in the right order. The entire scene on what is that Casino Planet? I forget the name of it. Would be gone.
Useless Anna.
Just dumb. They completely fucking destroyed and ruined and wasted the Finn character in that movie by sending him on a pointless fucking mission that really had nothing to do with the rest of the story. SDS, setup, distraction, surprise. Yes, it's exactly. See, I told you script would agree with me. That one of the best examples of telling a story is how you tell a joke. If you tell it out of order, it doesn't work. And that's what writers today don't fucking seem to understand. Not all of them, but a lot of them. They don't understand structure. And there is supposed to be a structure. Setup, distraction, surprise. I love that.
And the irony is, not even the people that are currently in charge of Star Trek seem to understand that. That's the other ironic thing about it.
Well, Akiva Goldsman couldn't write his way out of a fucking bag, and neither could fucking Kurtzman.
Kurtzman's
I mean, we
bad.
have it on firsthand how bad of a writer he was.
Yeah.
From the person that used to be his boss.
All I could say is when you look at his resume and it's all
Morning, Peter
adapting
Venkman,
other
fan
people's
site.
ideas, I mean, that's what you're getting.
Oh, I see Sox is here. I didn't catch you coming in, Sox. Nice to see you, buddy.
And guess what? There's at least one person that isn't happy about the success of Top Gun, and that's Kurtzman.
Well, Tom Cruise makes a lot of Hollywood look stupid.
Oh yeah.
Now,
I mean, it proves...
no question, he's out of his mind, fucking crazy.
Yes, he is.
But man, he knows movie making.
Yeah,
he knows how to make popcorn movies that people want to see.
And that story that Kurtzman puts out about, Kurtzman's people put out about, it being Tom Cruise's fault that the Mummy failed. Well, we've seen how true that is now, huh?
Well, okay, so. Peter Venkman fan site knows what I'm talking about because Kurtzman got his start working on Hercules and Xena.
Yep.
And his boss on some of the episodes was a close friend of mine and a friend to this channel. And he came out and just basically said he failed upward. He was always the guy that survived and got the job because he was the only one left standing.
Well, mysteriously, somebody would lose their job because information would come out and somehow Kurtzman would find himself with that person's job.
Failing upward.
How'd that happen? He's a scheming weasel. I mean... He's someone that seems to know the system.
Quit defending Akiva Goldsman. Who's defending Akiva? Or Akiva, however you want to fucking pronounce it. I don't care if I pronounce it correctly. Fuck him. Let's see. Hold on.
I always thought it was Akiva.
Didn't write Batman Forever. He gave it a dialogue polish and changed Riddler's name to Enigma as it was Lyle originally. That's interesting. Well, I'm going to tell you also, and we talked to Cameron about this, that one of the writers he worked with on Tron wrote the single best episode of Strange New Worlds.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows him. He goes, yeah, he knows science fiction. He's a very good writer.
Batman Forever wasn't the only one that got it wrong. The original X-Men script did not have Magneto's name correct. So... there's a lot of that going on in Hollywood.
It's kind of like weren't you interviewing that dude the other day where remember they called Aquaman Oliver Queen in the script, and
yeah, that happens a lot.
That was, remember that, Gerry?
Oh yeah, that was Tom telling that story.
Yeah.
He's working on Entourage.
Yeah.
And he's the guy that told everybody, you're doing this wrong. Oliver Queen isn't Aquaman.
Yeah, he's like, it's
Arthur
Curry, and then they don't believe him. They have the AD look.
They have to go Google it.
And it only made the joke funnier. I mean, ultimately, if you're making a joke, it makes it funnier if you actually know the names. That kind of helps a little bit.
But the boys, once again, I liked where we left off. Because we saw for the first time ever this season a human side to Homelander.
Oh, good. We're back to the boys. Okay.
And
no more Star Wars.
Yeah, we didn't really talk about Star Wars. I made it a point for us not to, but Star Trek, yes, no more Star Trek. But I'll shit on Star Trek, current Star Trek, anytime because it's so easy to do it. It's sort of like making fun of an ugly kid in school.
Man,
it's
whatever.
Like
I fucking love Strange New Worlds.
I know you love ugly kids.
Oh my god.
God.
You got a big heart. There, I complimented you.
Dorian, Gerry just called you ugly, by the way.
No, Dorian's a cute kid. I didn't say that. I didn't say your kid.
Yeah. Well, the only children I love are mine. So if I love,
how Alex Kurtzman to try to redirect in the wrong way. The writer who worked on Cameron's adapted this Trek episode from The Ones Who Walk Away And I don't have a problem with that. I really don't. If you steal from classic Trek, you've won me
classic
over.
Science fiction writers that are good.
My problem is like with the Alien episode, as much fun as it could be, it became patently obvious, and it was distracting. It took
Yes,
me
that
out of the
Homie
show.
and Butcher team up was cool. However, I couldn't buy it. I was like, this character of Butcher is wanting to kill Homelander this whole time. The guy that raped his wife.
This is something done in good writing. When you're writing episodic televisions or even continuing characters anywhere in storytelling, there's those moments where the two who hate each other team up. And that is, in my opinion, one of the most interesting ironic turns in storytelling. When you do that.
Kind of like when Optimus Prime and Megatron had to team up.
Yeah, it's like whenever you get that, it's like, oh my God, we have to team up. I fucking hate you. Well, let's stop hating each other for a minute, team up, do this, and then we can get back to hating each other afterward. Yes, Optimus Prime and fucking
Megatron.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yep.
One shall stand.
It's based
one
loosely on
shall
Sun
fall.
Tzu's. Yeah, that was I love the guy that was in it, but I won't watch that show.
Well, Kurtzman's also the guy behind his own version of his last series was just awful.
Which one?
You know, that's the one that he did based on Silence of the Lambs. And
it failed completely. Even the critics were like,
it was one of the
"Look,
worst
man,
shows
we
ever
like
made."
sucking up to you, but no, you fucked up."
And now they gave him this, and it's just like, are you expecting a different result here? Because the guy can't write. I mean, he just can't write. He got a great cast for The Man Who Fell to Earth, but I'm surprised those people would say yes to that dude.
Was it Clarice?
Yes, we're talking about Clarice. Yes, Kurtzman is friends with Jenny Lumet, and because of her father, she has a lot of access. Yeah, it's. I'm not surprised at that, but
I do want to say something. If we, I invited Anima on for her first time of ever doing a live stream like this to talk about The Boys, and I imagine this cherry popping is going much like it does in real life, extremely disappointing. So I apologize.
Oh,
I'm assuming you're speaking from personal experience.
I mean, of course. I mean, come on. I remember when I lost my flower. My father, the priest, was not very gentle with me, so it was very painful. Yes.
I did not expect to learn that much about Danny.
I know, Mom. We were so close.
Reminds me of a joke, where the a rabbi decides to help his buddy, the priest, on Easter weekend when doing confessions because it's so crowded. And he's like, okay, well, when you go into the confessional, just remember there's a list there. And for every one of the sins, look to the right and you'll see the penance for that sin. And so he goes through it and he goes through each confession. I'm truncating this joke. And it gets to this young lady who comes in and she's like, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. And he's like, when was the last time of your last confession? And she's like, it's been about 3 days, 4 days. He's, what could a young pretty girl like you have done in 3 days? She goes, well, I let the priest fuck me in the ass. And he goes, what? And he starts looking through the list, and it's not on the list. And the priest had told him that if you don't see it on the list, just ask anybody outside the cabinet. So he opens the door and he leans out and sees a young boy putting out candles. He says, young boy, what do you get for anal sex with the priest? And he goes, I get about 50 cents in a chocolate bar.
That's more than I ever got.
And I'm a devout Catholic. I never saw that shit. That never happened at our church.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just upset.
Yeah, Kingsport Cal, I don't buy that. I had a problem with that because she should have died. She was so badly injured at that point. She shouldn't have survived.
Yeah, that and like when he took her powers away, it would have been before she hit the ground. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
she would have just fucking been a human.
The only way she would have survived is if she used Soldier Boy as some sort of shield when she hit the ground, because he was still invulnerable.
Yeah,
that's true. But I got to tell you something. Everybody loves the idea of falling in an elevator and surviving it by jumping out at the last second. Doesn't work. You still fucking die.
Yeah.
You
If
still
you're
have
in the elevator,
inertia.
you will fucking die because of inertia. Because your body wants to continue moving and go through the ground. So yeah, she wouldn't have survived it no matter what. So, but I did enjoy everything up to that moment with the reveal at the end. I thought that was bad writing. But I thought the way, Soldier Boy went, and he's not dead, which I think is good. We need to bring him back. We have a lot of unresolved shit going on here.
Mhm.
We have Homelander finally showing the human side.
I
when it
don't
deals with
see
his
it.
son.
I don't see it.
No, not really.
Not really.
You don't
He's still
see that
just-
with his reaction about his kid. He's torn.
No, he's a selfish.
I don't
piece
think
of
he's
shit.
very good at faking.
No.
He's clearly not any good at faking. So I don't agree with you guys at all because his character is terrible at faking shit. He gives it away with just the look on his face.
I know. I would love to play poker with that guy.
Oh man, he would give. What's my tell? You keep beating me. Your fucking face.
No, you keep beating him, and he would shoot you with his laser eyes.
Yeah.
That would be funny in real life. What are you doing, Anthony? I'm killing you with my Homelander eyes. You know that's a character. You're not really. You don't have the powers. That's special effects. It's almost like that scene in when I did that animated short with Sean Connery, with Christopher Walken having a talk show, and he's like, "Enough about me. So what's it like cutting off so many heads to get more power?" And Connery's like, "Well, that's just a movie. It was a character I played. We didn't really cut people's heads off or get their power." Well, I know that. It was meant to be a very fucking creepy moment with Christopher Walken as a host because you'd be creepy as fuck. It's not like I ever did it.
I'll take the rapist.
So yeah, I'll take the rapist. You got to know Saturday Night Live. The Boys. Look, The Boys is almost parody in what it does, the way it's written, because the superheroes are so perversely fucking not right.
So
the heroes of the story are so perversely not right. So they're technically the only heroes in the story are the two main characters, Starlight and the Quaid kid.
Huey.
So I was going to ask you, Adam, like if you had to take season by season, what's like your favorite moment from like season 1 and then season 2 and season 3, since they're fresh in your mind? Like, what was your like?
The thing that sticks about season 1 is the dolphin, of course.
Okay.
When he completely fucks up saving the dolphin.
Yeah. And then season 2, what would you say? The whale was from season 2, right?
Is that season 2?
Is it season? I can't remember. Is that 1 or 2?
You mean the
Yeah,
dolphin?
No, the whale, where they run into the whale.
Oh, that's season 2.
They are on
That
the
is-
boat, and Deep wants to stop them by positioning Lucy the whale in front of them, and they just go right at it.
Yeah.
And then Huey sits inside the whale, and he's so dumb.
Huey's just like,
He's like,
got his
"I'm
hand on
gonna
the thing's
send you."
heart or whatever. Yeah. It's like. And then season 3, what would be your moment in season 3, would you say?
How to tell?
I loved how, just, because I'm a stoner, I love that Soldier Boy was a stoner. I thought that was so funny. It's like always, every time you see him, he's smoking pot.
And he's high as a kite all the time. Can't believe that stuff is legal.
I know, right?
He
Like, I used to
kept
throw
locking
people in the
up for
pokey
that.
for this.
That's hilarious, yeah.
I thought the fight scenes in 3 were a little better than the first 2 seasons.
Yeah. I was surprised that they had, what's that Nazi bitch's name? I forget her name. Stormfront. I'm surprised they kept her alive just to unceremoniously
Give him
kill her
hand
off
jobs.
screen.
Yeah,
that was creepy. That was the creepiest, weirdest, most uncomfortable scene, where like she's using her little nub of an arm to beat him off. That was weird.
Yeah.
That's just strange. I mean, the whole thing is strange, and it's meant to be strange. It's just.
I mean, come on. Season 2 ended with Homelander jerking off on above the whole city.
I'd forgotten that.
Yeah, I mean, like I
can
wish
do
they'd
what
have
I
followed
want, I
up
can
on
do what I
that.
want.
I think it would have been funny if in season 3 they'd have had some random news story about how like his splooge accidentally killed like a family of 4.
Oh, jeez.
You ever read the Pro, the comic book The Pro? It's kind of the same. Like it's like these dipshit superheroes, and they bring in this chick who's a prostitute.
Hey, Kyle,
who gets powers? You guys never? I'll have to find this for you guys. It's funny.
Oh, Parrothead's here. What's up? Hey, Parrothead, I'm going to show what you just posted in our private chat. Here you go. Okay, dropped it. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, another Garth Ennis. That's so funny. Of course, Garth Ennis did the Pro.
This is something that, as a medic, I know a lot about, and it's true. In the military, you're taught to make sure your pee is as clear as can be and hemp colored, like a light yellow. And you pay attention to it because it's important. It's your fucking your health is so important, and especially infantry. Fuck those rear echelon motherfuckers. You don't even know what rear echelon is, do you? All right. Fucking non-military people.
I know what it is.
But Stormfront giving a HJ homie drink breast. Oh my god, the whole milk thing fucking creeps me up.
Oh god, and then he like milks the cow and then drinks the milk in this last season. That was weird.
Yeah, he likes his milk warm and frothy.
Ooh.
I once asked for that because like I went to this food court at a convention, and it's this juice bar. They said we can make you anything, and I walked up. I said I would like to have a mug of warm frothy mother's milk. And my boss's wife was like dying. She like left. She was like crying, laughing, going, only Gerry would do that. It says anything. I'm asking for that one thing, so you don't have it. So change the name of your store. But look, The Boys is an entertaining show. If you ask me to compare it to well-written stuff, I couldn't do it. And it's like I tell people when I do reviews of Strange New Worlds and I give it grades, and a lot of the shows mostly got C's and B's, except for one episode got an A. And I gave a B+ to the episode where that alien intelligence takes over the crew, and some people were complaining, oh, they shouldn't be having the costume. I'm like, that's a dumb thing to dictate. That that's just that doesn't. You cannot hold back from doing a character study like that. Shore Leave is the prime example of that shit. If anybody remembers classic Trek.
Oh yeah.
That could have happened at any point in this series.
You mean real
It would have been
Trek.
good. Well, it's Star Trek. When I say Star Trek, I mean the original series.
And we're back.
And do I hear Martine's wife?
Yes.
Yes. And she's like, we are back. It's like we left. We're on a commercial break. But
so I put the video I was talking about in the private chat. It's I highly recommend everybody watch it. It's fucking hilarious.
The Pro La Professionnelle.
I couldn't find the English version. I guess they took it down. So, but I just checked it. It's still. But what made me think of it, and this is clearly, it makes sense that Garth Ennis also wrote this. There's a scene at the end where this one superhero is blowing the other one, and then like when he blows his load, it makes a plane crash. So that's what made me think
well,
of
this
that
is the one show where they could address that famous National Lampoon
about
story.
Superman and Lois Lane.
It's like Man of Steel, Woman of Kleenex was the story's name, where he blows her brains out, murders her accidentally by ejaculating, kills Lois Lane. because his seed is faster than a speeding bullet. It's a real thing. Go look it up.
Hi, Mr. and Mrs. America. I'm Keith.
Man of Steel, Woman of Kleenex, National Lampoon.
I'd like to say I just these people.
I just put a
can
link
do that
in
on the show, by the way. They
I just
can
put a
actually
link
do
in the
that joke
chat
and it makes sense.
with the timestamp. If you could show just that 5 seconds, it would it's hilarious. Oh my god. It's the bottom one with the time included.
We're at it was right around 1 hour 30 minutes, anywhere between 29 and 30. Yeah, snake eating its tail. Don't tread on me, motherfucker.
It'd be more like.
So, but again, I will stand by that this is the one show you could actually show that joke.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they've already shown a guy blow up a guy's dick by shrinking down and then it growing after sneezing. So this is nothing compared to that. But the season ended, I think, on an interesting note, though I thought the Maeve thing was just dumb. I didn't like that. I think she should have sacrificed herself. Now, what her actions don't seem as heroic as they were. It makes it less heroic and making that sacrifice for other people. See, Sock says season 3, episode 1, how the Ant-Man type character would, yeah, that's the one we're talking about, Socks. Blew that guy apart when he sneezed inside of his dick and enlarged suddenly and just blew him apart. His midsection gone. How does Superman not blow out his toilet taking a shit? That's something that they've never addressed in DC Comics. But I guarantee you, this motherfucker would. Garth Ennis would.
Maybe Kryptonians don't take a shit and they process 100% of their.
Oh, no waste.
Intake.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
How would that stuff not be radioactive? That's all I want to know.
Radioactive.
Oh man.
Show your screen. Where is it? I'm not seeing. Oh, there it is.
Good Lord.
Wait for it.
The most wonderful.
Don't make more of this than it is. You saved my kid. I'm just saying thanks.
Yes, fine, okay. Oh no. Move your head. In God's name, move your head. Oh!
Holy fucking shit!
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
Dear Lord, let me be in time. All those people. Gotta make it. Got to make it.
Does he make it? Oh no. You'll have to go find that video and watch.
Wow.
Yeah, from the mind of Garth Ennis. I didn't realize that until I just looked it up, but it makes sense.
Yeah, Garth Ennis, again, I'm going to say it again, Peter Vickman fan site. Garth Ennis is kind of a scumbag, kind of he's clearly a cynical douche. He's, once again, here's this word that I've used many a time. When people, oh, he's just irreverent. What that means is he lacks reverence. Nothing is considered untouchable, and everything should be twisted and perverted from its original meaning. Like Taika Waititi is like that. He's funnier, in my opinion, and his humor works when it's not like comics. That's like Marvel, because he's taking a shit on stuff that really does exist, in the Marvel comics, and I have a problem with that. And I look at everything he does as a parody rather than being canon. It's the same thing with some of the other stuff we've talked about on the show. What's her name? Harley Quinn's cartoon, not canon, it's parody. Peacemaker, it's not canon, it's parody. It's one thing that Mikey Sutton and I 100% agree on when we're talking. It's like people seem to not understand the difference between parody and real adaptation. They get so excited, it's like people wanting 1966 Batman to be canon. They went so far as to just say that it was part of the multiverse. It's like, look, I'll accept that, but I don't agree with it. It's like, it's a silly show. It's a fun show. Kids loved it. I grew up on it, loved it, till I learned that it was a comedy. And then I just stopped looking at it as Batman, and I looked at it as a really funny show, because it is funny.
Well, when you read the comic books that were being produced at the time when I was watching it.
Well, in the 50s in particular.
Yeah, that's two different things. It's like, it's like, oh, this is Batman. He's kicking butt. The series is completely different. It's all for laughs and bright colors, and it's two different things. So,
Anima. Before we go, I'm going to give you last comment on The Boys season 3. Your feelings about the ending.
It was weird for a finale. It left too many open ends.
And they had an actual ending with Maeve dying. And then they took that away. What did you feel about that?
That was stupid.
Thank you.
Well, they have
I mean, she's not a superhero anymore, but she should have died.
She should have died because she was human when it happened, when she hit the bottom.
Yeah.
What they should have done, they should have had the Quaid character using the drug again against orders, and take her right before he explodes. They should have showed that.
Yeah.
So, but, they did what they did. There we are. Chris Cortez. Hey, what is up? I really hope we see Soldier Boy again. Me too. I liked his character. He was a lot of fun on the show. And he also allowed Homelander to be more human. His being there, his presence allowed Homelander to show a human side, as well as his own son. I dislike the ending with Homelander's son, because when he smiles, that is the end of The Omen. And if you've ever seen the movie The Omen, the original, 1976.
Yes.
Damien smiles at the camera.
They should have killed that kid last season, in my opinion, but whatever.
It's really scary that he's on Homelander's side now.
Yeah.
It's a kid.
That kid is going to be a Brightburn.
I think we're well past Brightburn.
Yeah, Brightburn. Yeah. I dislike that movie. A lot of people liked it, and I said, it doesn't have a story. There's no real story here. It's just a bunch of stuff that happens. You have a character who has zero threat from anybody. Nobody's a threat to him. You cannot have a character that doesn't have a weakness. They have to have a weakness.
I think it was a setup movie. They were trying
I think
to
so too, and I think it failed.
They were trying to do a universe.
Yeah, and it failed. And part of the reason why is a good writer, and I'm not saying that he's a terrible writer, because I like a lot of his writing. But when it comes to stuff like that that's serious, I don't think he understands proper storytelling. And but nobody's funnier than him. He writes some of the best, funniest dialogue. And James Gunn.
Yeah.
But when it comes to a straight across story, Brightburn failed completely. The Boys is better than Brightburn, because you cannot create a character like that that's completely all powerful and omnipotent, and have your audience, because your audience has to want something. They have to want something, and if you don't give them the thing that they want, at least even a little bit, you can flip it at the end and have it blow up in your face. That's fine. But you've got to give them something. It's called hope. And there's no hope in James Gunn's movie, none whatsoever, because there's no threat to the kid.
I think a big problem in Hollywood is so many movies come out where they're expecting it to be a franchise.
Yeah.
And they need to get off that and just start making individual movies again.
Well, that was born out of what Disney had done in the 90s with adapting all their old stuff. Flubber, or with digging up IP that a lot of people didn't really think was a good adaptation. Bewitched, The Avengers. I mean, you know, we've reached this point because digging up IP and trying to do something with it and create instant franchises out of known IP, it's never really going to work unless the person that you hire to do it is a big fan of that particular IP.
Yeah.
And if you can bring everyone along. If you don't, if you, and nowadays, and again, you're going to hate this, Danny, nowadays with something like Star Trek, where you don't have fans involved in the creative end of things, you're showing them how they don't need that anymore. So now you've completely disconnected. So it's not about making money, and it's not about making fans happy. So what are you doing? You know, you're not moving merchandise. You're not really moving forward in any way.
Because when it comes to superhero films and shows, it should always be a primary focus is making something that fans are going to like so you can move merchandise. Yes. That is why DC and Marvel were able to stay afloat after the 70s, or even in the 70s, because Tom Waltz at IDW and I had a long talk about this years ago, that comics stopped being profitable to where they were paying the bills. They were breaking even on publishing. Where they turned a profit in order to pay the bills was through licensing and merchandising. And once they were able to do that, the comic companies became profitable. The problem is they get greedy sometimes. You'll see this when a movie comes out, Superman, Spider-Man, Batman, and suddenly there'll be a slew of new comics that'll come out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all built to, they want to increase the number of readership. And the problem is with comic books is your number of comic book readers with population goes up at the same time. You will never see readership go up. You'll never see readership go up because it's not like it's finite, but it's leveled. And it follows the pattern of population.
Mm-hmm.
And so therefore, anytime you see them rush stuff, that's his boy.
The other thing is that Marvel, while they did make a lot of money with what Disney was doing, couldn't take advantage of it by way of comics because the comics were almost completely different than the movies they were making.
Well, comics stopped making money.
Yes.
In the 2000s. When they did, the beginning of that really was with the New 52. Once they went off, God, man.
New 52 wasn't until like 2010, 11, something like that.
Yeah. Well, was it that late? Because I thought it was like 2008, 2009. Well, either way it goes, comics really started dying in the 2000s. And
that's around the Ultimates.
Because when you came up to me and approached me and showed me the New 52, I was like, this looks like garbage.
Yeah, New 52 came out in 2011. Yeah, that's what I
said. People love to talk about Jeff Johns, and I fucking hate that guy. I don't like his comics. I don't like him.
Fuck Jeff Johns.
It really originally started with the Ultimates from Marvel, because while they had a lot of initial fan interest, the fact that they couldn't produce books on time is part of the reason why people started getting out of it. And then, trying to sell people on buying multiple books that were not selling very well when you do all these big, expansive stories where you had to reach out to other books in order to get part of the side stories.
Oh man, they've always done that though. Like if you wanted to watch or not watch, but read Craven's Last Hunt, you had to hop over.
Well, that's a well-written one.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about is a lot of the bad ones, because the bad ones were outnumbering all the good stuff.
Yeah, so this is what I thought, because I wrote a review for Flashpoint. So Flashpoint ended in August of 2011, and then that launched the New 52 right after.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
But I will say this with what you said about Superman and trying to make an evil, darker version of Superman. The reason it won't work and why
Justice
Brightburn failed is because and Richard Donner said it. The only way the Superman character can work is if he's a Boy Scout.
It's for the
same
Superman
reason why doesn't work if you try to turn him into cynic or whatever.
It's the same reason why Captain America doesn't work as a villain.
I don't know. Injustice is pretty dope. I mean, like, Have you guys read Injustice or seen? I think they did a cartoon of it too.
And I'm glad it works for some people. I'm really glad it does work. But overall,
Well, for those of you who are not familiar, like Superman wasn't always bad in Injustice. The Joker kills Lois Lane.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. And then Superman goes crazy and becomes evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, and here's the thing:
people.
like anything produced by Warner Animation after Arkham Asylum is crap. The only thing I think that came out after that was good was Superman, where he dies and he's put into the sun to come back. Whatever that
All-Star Superman.
All-Star Superman. I like that one.
Really?
Yeah, that's the one where he has cancer.
Awesome.
And
I enjoy almost all of the animated stuff, with the exception of the Killing Joke, which I just thought,
Well, the Killing Joke, if you cut that opening scene, it's good.
It is good.
It's him fucking Batman fucking Batgirl was repugnant and not canon.
I wish I still had Gods Among Us #1. The Injustice comic is going for $800 right now. Can you believe that?
You know what? Justice League, a lot of the Justice League animated stuff they did was really good.
For the longest time, DC animation was like the best shit they were putting out, better than any other live action movies. I remember like there was a time, probably around the early 2010s, that area.
I have you seen Justice League New Frontier?
I haven't. That must be a newer one. Like,
No. It is not.
Justice
it is
League
one
New
of
Frontier?
the best comics and one of the best animated films they have ever done. And it gets right to the heart of what DC actually does really well.
Okay, that's from 2008. Okay.
And
now, we need to wrap up here.
Yeah.
I hate doing this, but we really do need to wrap up. I got to get back to work.
Okay.
I want to point out real quick that we brought up Superman, the death of Superman. And this is something I said to Keith the other night. I said, well, everybody knows that was borrowed straight from Captain Marvel dying in 1982. And it was like, we need to do that. But it took them over a decade to do it, finally have the balls to kill Superman. And there's a reason why it sold so well. And it brings in one of my favorite characters by the death of Superman was Steel. And Steel has never gotten the attention that he deserves as a character because he's a great fucking character.
God, is he great.
He was the best creation of a Superman type character after his death. And John Henry Steel is just such a great, or John Henry Irons is such a great character, and why he did what he did, and never claiming to be Superman, and we kind of got a watered down weird version of him with Superman and Lois.
Mm-hmm.
And then that terrible Shaquille O'Neal movie that I have never watched. I've never watched that fucking movie. And I never
that movie is an embarrassment in so much as that you take John Henry Irons being the original creator of everything, and you make a live action movie, and you make it so that he's not the inventor of everything. It's this nice white woman in a wheelchair that we've decided to make the brains behind everything.
Well, they did the same thing with that they did with Mantis.
Yeah, Mantis is another good example, or that they ended up doing again with Black Lightning. Black Lightning didn't have any technical support. He did it all himself, but hey, we got to have this nice white guy come in that's invented the suit. And it's just like, what are we doing?
Look, man, we can't have black guys inventing shit. Sorry, man. that's just insane, man. You turn the world upside down, man. That's what they come across as when they do shit like that. Fucking stupid. I hated Black Lightning as a show. I mean, right off the top,
Marvel's no better. Blue Marvel
deserves
deserves to be a comic, a regular comic. You have your Superman. You just refuse to use him. Blue Marvel.
Check it out. Drunk. Hey, I want to thank everybody in the chat. Go and get me my list, my friend Martin. just to let people know that Danny and Martin are going to be coming in as managers on certain things with the channel, and it's going to be nice having them in. We're going to be making some, I guess I can see corporate things because someone's got to be in charge of that, and so I'm going to have Danny help me get that stuff taken care of because we got to get moving with what our channel's doing. We got to grow, and we only grow because of you guys. You guys are why I do this morning show. The only reason. And I love talking with you guys and seeing what you guys have to say, putting fingers in the ears, la 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 la. Mr. Tickle Trunk. Meteor Man. No, we've talked about Meteor Man before. Keith and I have. It's good stuff that something should have grown from that. But Hollywood is racist. They like to pretend that they're not, but they're very fucking racist.
Forget J.J. Abrams and Black Superman. It should be Icon. Icon is the only one you should be talking about. Icon.
Well, Icon was what he was originally trying to do. Jordan. Isn't that correct? Isn't Icon what he was going after?
Not as
I don't think Icon existed when Meteor Man came out.
No, I'm talking about Jordan, the actor.
Oh, Michael B. Jordan?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. He wanted there because he was working. Well,
look at me like I'm fucking smoking crack.
Not today.
Point your finger at yourself for not knowing what the fuck I'm talking about.
Okay. But no, he was working with the people behind Milestone, which again, they should have been bringing Milestone into films because they did
Milestone and he shouldn't be doing Obama Superman. He should be doing Icon.
Yeah, it should
which
be
is
Icon.
What he wanted to do in the first place.
I still want my Static movie.
You should still get it.
I'll give you some Static. J.J. Abrams. JJ's a fucking racist. He's a sexist racist, pretending to be not. You know, like many of these male feminists. There's no such thing as a male feminist. It is a guy pretending to score points. That's all.
Joss Whedon.
Joss Whedon. He's one of the worst. Because they're closet fucking abusers in relationships. User abusers. I'm not going to just say abuser. User and or abuser of women. And down the line, you know, James Cameron. You look at the history of his fucking relationships and how they fell apart and why they fell apart. Boom, baby. I'm surprised Linda Hamilton came back after the shit he did. But anyway, I want to end on a high note. Anima Confuso is here. Didn't know how to deal with any of us.
Thanks for having me.
You handled it like a champ. You're a champ.
John was here. We did half of the show before I realized he was here because he was so fucking quiet.
I didn't want to jump in.
Martine is always here. You know what it looks like? It looks like you have a mohawk and you're too lazy to put it up. Tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're not wrong.
Back in the 80s, we didn't have that gel. You know, a lot of guys used to do that shit to get their hair to straight up.
High note, right?
Toothpaste. I shit you not. A lot of punkers with mohawks use toothpaste to get their hair spiked up.
One in particular. Billy Idol said that's what he used.
It was Crest, wasn't it?
Yep,
Crest. It was, and a lot of the early gels were fighting to get that strength, the tenacity that Crest got. Crest is also what we were taught to use when leaving our dorm rooms to fill in holes in the wall from nails and from thumbtacks. Take a little butter knife and spread it in there, smooth it in, and it will fucking harden like sheetrock. No shit, Crest.
A little paint over it. Nobody knows the difference.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bill. I want to thank all you guys. I've got my list here. So here comes my thank yous. I wish to thank Brightest Day. Yeah, you're very good. Yeah. Good day, Brightest Day. Yeah. Bill Barclay. Chris Cortes. Das Wolfen. Yeah. Das Wolfen is here on the show with us. He likes to touch my monkey. Yeah, he likes to touch it. Decepticons gave a villains. Yeah, Gap After Dark, who used to be Gap Stargate, but had a sex change operation, and is now de feminine. I say de feminine because in German, if it's feminine, it is de, not der. So there, I know my German. Hexa Allen Comics, Jacob the Critic. Jacob is a good friend of Case Mine in Real Life. Kingsport Cal, LDG, Monkey Jeebus, Mr. Tickle Trunk, Parrot Head, Penny J, Script Doctor, Shinatsky, always keeping an eye on you, Shinatsky. Sox Bulletin, that 70s rock fan, the best Scotsman in Canada. The Peter Vickman fan side, of course. The Marshall, thanks for joining us. War Monkey, and of course, Monkey Jeebus, my two favorite monkeys. Zax, also known as Kyle. And I think, is that it? Did I get everybody? I think I got everybody. All right, good. I got everybody. And then I want to thank our panel. Of course, Keith was here. Keith is often my partner in crime. I want to thank Martin for managing the chat. I want to thank Dork Knight for being Dork Knight. Or Dork Nightly. Yeah, Dork Nightly. We'll go Dork Nightly. And then, of course, I want to thank John for dropping in today. And the last but not least, of course, is Anima Confusa. Thank you for tolerating us. Boop. It was fun having you on.
Children. She's surrounded by children.
You know,
well, hopefully it didn't hurt too much for your first time.
No, it didn't. And I just texted Keith. I had good training because I grew up with 5 brothers. So
there you go. But here you go, Anima. When he does the boop thing, you need to jump a little.
Oh,
do it again. Do it again.
I can't jump. I have a cat on my lap.
Oh, you can't bounce a little bit?
No.
Or at least make a face go, oh.
I don't want to piss off my cat. Not for Benny.
That's fine. I'll boop him.
Boop. Let's see. What is today? Today is Tuesday, right?
Nothing. Wrong way.
Is today Tuesday?
There you go.
It is Tuesday. So tonight I will be on 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser's Toxic Tuesday. We will be doing Beavis and Butthead Do America,
cool.
Which I'm looking forward to doing. I've missed 2 episodes in a row, and because of the internet here, but I seem to have it leveled to where it's not sucking as much. So I'm looking forward to being back on the show because I love those guys. So don't forget to tune in tonight. That's at, I think, 8:30 Central Time, 9:30 Eastern Time. We will be doing Toxic Tuesday. 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser is fucking awesome. Love that guy. And I'm so glad that he has accepted me as a member of their family over there. They're like racist. They're racist and they won't invite Keith.
What?
I'm not sure. I think it's because they're always filled up, but I really would like to have Keith on there for some of the movies they pick. And I may acquiesce and let him sit in for me on films that I feel he might be better at handling.
He should be on every live stream.
Hey, look at that. We got a
super chat. Yeah, super chat by Kingsport Cal, a good friend of ours down in Tennessee, $2.
I owe you a beer, my friend.
He's like, F you, Gary. Anima, come back. See y'all. Thanks a lot, man. I will invite you
YouTube
on.
gets their cut, he'll get like a nickel of it. So, but thank you.
Yes, I'm gonna try to find you on Twitter so I can add you, and that way I can send you invites, Anima, if you want to join us.
Yeah, it's really fun.
I just here's her Twitter. It's on the
Can you say, would you like to touch my monkey? Go ahead, say it. She won't do it.
Nope.
She had 5 brothers. She knows how to do this.
Because some of us have class, Gary. Some of us have class. I mean, not me. Not me.
Yeah, I'm about to say not you.
Nobody thinks that, Danny.
Yeah. Not me.
Nobody's gonna fall for that shit. But I want to thank you guys for being on here today. I want to thank the chat. Great show today. I love hanging out with you guys. But we are at the 2-hour mark, and I need to end it and get back to my day job. And eventually, this will be my job, and that's what I really kind of want to move towards. And to where we start having advertisers. Once we do that, then everybody that works on the show can get paid, which I would like. But until then, y'all working for free, motherfuckers.
Story of my life.
It's so true, though. It's true.
Same.
Hey, we got another
video.
super chat.
Yeah,
and
and we're
before we go,
Kingsport this video first.
Ooh. Well, $2.
Well, where is it? Where's the other one?
It's $2 Canadian.
Yes, it's up to her. She has
So
to
like
want-
nothing.
She's like that joke. How many clinical psychiatrists does it take to change a light bulb? Anyone?
One, but you can't afford him.
No. But that was a good guess, but no, that's not it. It's one, but the light bulb has to want to change. How many surrealists does it take to change the light bulb?
None, because they don't believe the light bulb exists.
I don't know.
The answer is the goldfish. I love off the wall weird jokes, man. They crack me up. All right, that's it. We're getting the fuck out of here. Thanks everybody for being here. Love you guys. Thanks for the super chat, Mr. Tickle Trunk and
Kingsport Cal.
Well, I already thanked him, but I'll thank him again. Fuck it, Kingsport Cal. Thank you.
Thank
for
you
that
video.
Yeah, they're getting a thank you video. Here it comes. Are you ready? I know that annoys you, Dork, when I do that.